What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where today we are in the all-new 2022 Genesis G70. This is a 3.3 liter twin-turbo V6. We've got an 8-speed gearbox, rear-wheel drive, and this almost is something that you could have seen Holden or Ford kind of coming out with if they were still in production right now. Yes, this is a V6. Yes, it isn't a V8. Yes, it's not an inline-six, but it is turbo, twin turbo. And this car actually does feel reasonably quick. 368 horsepower out of that twin turbo V6. Got about 376 pound-foot of torque coming out the rear, and it is pretty healthy. You're bringing this thing into some of these nice hairpin corners here as well. And I gotta say, Genesis have really done a great job in handling, because the proportions of this car, they really do feel fantastic. We've got 4-pot Brembos up front, 2-pot Brembos at the rear. Brakes work great. And just steering-wise, stability-wise here, this definitely has some get up and go behind it. You know, when you really flat stick this car, it actually squirms a little bit at the rear. You know, this is an electronically controlled 8-speed automatic, unfortunately, and it does have a couple of flaws. But in the overall feel, I guess, of this gearbox, it does have punch. As we're racing a motorcycle right there. Not quite enough punch, but it is pretty healthy, considering this is, you know, a big sedan. It does weigh about 1.7 ton. So, you know, this is very comparable to what, you know, Holden and Ford were pushing out back in the heyday. And this really brings me to my biggest criticism about this G70, which this is a fantastic car. It is really good at doing just about everything, but when you're really looking fundamentally at what this car is, and it's meant to be a sports sedan, something that's fun, engaging, exciting, it's really kind of missed the mark in terms of its exhaust, its character, just giving you a little bit of drama in this particular vehicle, because it handles beautifully, looks beautiful in this cabin. Even the exterior of the car, the proportions are right. Everything is just about damn near perfect. It just lacks that sense of soul and that sense of drama, because we hardly hear anything out the back. They pump in some fake noise when you're really onto it, and it just doesn't really give you that feeling of, you know, being connected to this vehicle. And if they had have just simply given this a really good cracking bimodal exhaust system, a simple tune, push this thing, make this thing get up to 400 horsepower, I really think they would have taken so many potential buyers out of the M4, of the C63, just because this would have been such great value and given you such luxury and such character and performance, excitement driving. You know, just give this thing some noise, give it a little bit more life. You really would have had a winner in this particular G70. Now let's just go ahead and talk about price here, because this is the Genesis, so this is the Lexus to Toyota of Genesis and Hyundai, and it is premium, I will say that. It is very nice in here. There's a lot of luxury standards in here, and everything does feel quite high class, well built. It's going to cost a bit of money. Now, if you're going to go for a base model G70, you're going to get a 4-cylinder turbo, and that's going to set you back about $63,000 here. Not that cheap for a 4-cylinder. And if you're going to go the full beans twin turbo V6 like we have here, this particular one does also have the luxury pack. It's going to be about $85,000. And that is a lot of money for something that is a Hyundai product. And when you start really looking at this G70, It's the exact same engine that is in the Kia Stinger, and it has the exact same chassis. So this is basically a Kia Stinger with a different body on top. And the fact that you can pick up a Kia Stinger for about $60, that is very luxurious, drives just as hard, you know, a very good looking car as well, I think. It's about 20 grand cheaper. This is kind of a hard sell, I'm not gonna lie. Now, just having to walk around on this Genesis G70, I have got to say, this looks very good. I almost get kind of a BMW vibe off that hood, you know, off that bonnet. I actually do like the split headlight design here. You've got those LEDs in there. The front grille is big, but I really feel like Genesis are kind of making it their own now. And I don't know, I just really like the look of this. We've got 19-inch alloy wheels here, which they look okay. I love the Brembos that stick behind there. And just overall, the proportions of this vehicle, they're good. You know, they're very, very good. I particularly love that rear end here. And the little subtle kind of ducktail spoiler here, it just looks very nice. And you know, even at the rear, it says Genesis. You've got your G70 badge, 3.3 turbo, and it's pretty good. Again, just the exhaust. If we could only have a better exhaust. And when we come inside, this is very nice to be. You know, quilted leather seats here, heated and ventilated, all electronically controlled. Lexicon sound system, 15 speaker way, you know, all the buttons, just everything just feels nice, feels heavy, feels quality. And when you step inside as well, it's just nice to be. You know, everything is soft touch, all that quiltedness goes down the door side as well, even to this kind of faux aluminum feeling material. Unfortunately, that does not feel like metal, but it looks nice. You know, the wheel feels very nice in your hands. You got those flappy paddles as well. Unfortunately, they didn't really do anything with these stock. So your turn signals, they are just kind of plastic. And I feel at this price point, they should have done some nicer turn signals here. We've got that very cool 12.3-inch 3D gauge cluster. I'm not sure if it'll show up on camera, but you know, we do have those different drive modes, and it changes the cluster. I do quite like that one, very Tronish. Infotainment system, just like it is in any other Hyundai or Genesis product, it is very nice. And we do also have, you know, that 360-degree camera, which is very good. Shows all your trajectory and everything. Top-notch stuff there. And even just coming down, you know, it just feels nice. Stitching, we've got wireless charging here, you know, USB ports, you know, a 12-volt socket there as well. Heated, ventilated, just the layout looks nice. And, you know, even just big panoramic sunroof, it does open as well. And, you know, all the suede up here, it is just a nice, nice place to be. And Genesis, I think you've really done a nice job in here. The whole car, in terms of a package, is beautiful. It's just, we need that little N spice. You guys have those N mode engineers or whatever you have down there. Give this car an N mode. You know, it would be nice to see a dual clutch go in this, and then this thing would really be a proper weapon. It would be. Now, just very quickly in the back seats here, you know, again, all that quilted leather is back here again. I particularly like the red seat belts. That's a very nice touch. And this is in a normal seating position. And, you know, look, I've just got enough room. It's very tiny, but we do just have enough. Headroom, for me, is reasonable as well. I am just under 6 foot. We've got air vents here, and we do have a USB charger, which is nice. A couple of cup holders, and we do also have heated seats back here. Quilted, even on the door side, it's just very nice. Another feature I would have liked to have seen is peasant blockers, but I guess we're not getting those in the Genesis G70. Now, seating position, it's great. You know, I really do like these seats. They're pretty comfortable. Sport Plus mode, again, they hug you. And the fact that the wheel is very controllable, you can get it in the perfect spot you want. steering is actually not bad. You know, it is adaptive as well, depending on what mode you're in. This car, it handles pretty well, I gotta say. And when you really step on it as well, you get that little bit of oversteer urgency here. And I actually quite like that. You know, whenever you're in a rear-wheel drive car, you would like to feel like, you know, you can kick it out a little bit. And this does give you that feeling. You do feel very in control, though. It's hardly any play in the middle. Biggest letdown, again, is kind of this gearbox. It's electronically controlled 8-speed. We've got flappy paddles on the wheel, and when we use them, all you do is just start using them to engage them, and they are pretty responsive. This isn't a dual clutch or anything, but it is pretty responsive. The biggest negative here is just that it doesn't lock you in manual. So if we come to a stop, it will put us back in drive, and even if we over rev this thing, so if we hit red line and say we're coming up to a corner and we know we're going to slow down any second, this will automatically up change, and then you're going to have to change again manually. Anytime cars do that, it's a real big pet peeve of mine, because if you want to be in manual, lock it out. Just let me redline it, let me hold the gears. Very disappointed that it does automatically shift for you. It does drive brilliantly though. You know, just there, you slingshot out of a corner, does give you that, again, oversteer vibe. And although it doesn't properly break traction, even when you flat foot this thing, it does give you that feeling that it is right on the limit, and that is always a lot of fun. Now, just before we continue with this G70 review, make sure you guys hit that big red subscribe button and click the bell notification so you do get updated on all our weekly uploads. And just pulling it around this corner here again, downshift. It is quick enough, this car. It is quick enough. Now, 0 to 100, guys, this is claimed at 4.7 seconds, which I believe is slightly quicker than the Kia Stinger. So, unfortunately, there is no launch mode in this vehicle. I don't believe so, but we've got our draggy. We're just going to reset the draggy here. Got it in drive. We've got traction control off, Sport Plus, foot hard on the brake, foot hard. And we can feel the back end doing a little bit of a movement. Man, that felt pretty quick. And actually, I stand corrected. There is a launch mode, because when I did it just there, hard on the brake, hard on the gas, it did say launch activated. So there is. Let's have a look at what that time actually was. Now that was showing me 5.4 seconds, so as always, we're going to do it again because it's claimed at 4.7. Hyundai, Genesis, they usually are very good at giving us a true time, so let's try this one more time. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Okay. I gotta say, you know, it does feel like it's on the limit, this car. You know, the back end actually starts to feel like it's slowly moving around back there, which, you know, again, it is good that they've done that. 0 to 100, again here, guys, has pulled up 5.4 seconds. So that is twice in a row we've pulled up 5.4. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't believe we're ever going to be getting a 4.7 out of this car. Maybe unless you're on extremely, extremely good terms. All Genesis needs to do to make this a perfect car is to give it some of that Hyundai N flair, because honestly, that's all it needs. A tune, open it up in terms of a great exhaust, and give this thing some track apps and customization. That's all we want, and you do that, Genesis, I guarantee you this thing will be going off the shelves, because everything else is properly bang on.